10 fatal mistakes when drinking coffee that almost no one knows about. Have you ever wondered if you're drinking coffee the right way? What if there were mistakes you make on a daily basis that are negating all the benefits of this drink? What would happen if you found out that a simple change in the way you consume coffee could transform your health? This popular liquid, consumed by millions of people around the world, is known for its incredible health benefits. But few know that simple mistakes can compromise these positive effects and even cause serious problems. Today, we are going to reveal the secrets of coffee and teach you how to make the most of this drink. In addition, you will discover the most common mistakes that many people make without realizing it. How many cups of coffee do you drink a day? This amount may be determining whether coffee is being your ally or your silent enemy. Are you ready to learn about the benefits of coffee and how to maximize its potential without the risks? Let's get started. Powerful coffee secrets that will transform your health. 1. The neurological shield hidden in your cup of coffee. Alzheimer's and Parkinson's are among the most common neurodegenerative diseases in the world. Studies show that coffee can be a powerful ally in preventing these conditions. Drinking coffee regularly can reduce the risk of Alzheimer's by up to 65%. The risk of Parkinson's can decrease between 32 and 60% with regular consumption. Caffeine appears to play a central role in this protective effect. It protects neurons and reduces brain damage caused by time and toxins. The higher the moderate consumption of coffee, the greater the protection observed in these scientific studies. Research indicates that the compounds present in coffee help prevent the accumulation of toxic proteins in the brain. For those looking to maintain brain health, coffee can be a great ally in the daily routine. But did you know that there is an ideal time to consume coffee for this protection? 2. Falling depression. How does your morning coffee protect your mind? Depression is one of the most common mental disorders in the world and can significantly impact quality of life. Research shows that regular coffee consumption can be an ally in combating this problem. Studies indicate that people who drink 3 to 4 cups a day are up to 20% less likely to develop depression. Caffeine plays an important role in this effect. It stimulates neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin, which are associated with well-being. Regular coffee consumption is related to higher levels of satisfaction and better mood in everyday life. The antioxidants present in the drink help reduce brain inflammation, a factor associated with depression. Including coffee in your routine, in a balanced way, can bring benefits not only to the body, but also to the mind. What would be more impactful, therapy or that coffee you drink every day? 3. Liver miracle. How coffee quietly saves your liver. The liver is responsible for more than 500 vital functions in the body, and protecting your health is essential. Research indicates that consuming 4 or more cups of coffee per day can reduce the chances of developing cirrhosis by up to 84%. In addition, frequent coffee drinkers are up to 40% less likely to develop liver cancer. This is one of the most lethal cancers in the world, with high mortality rates after diagnosis. The compounds in coffee stimulate liver enzymes that help eliminate toxins and regenerate damaged cells. Clinical studies show that coffee reduces liver enzyme levels in patients with fatty liver disease. Regular consumption of this beverage, combined with a healthy lifestyle, can offer additional protection for this all-important organ. Could coffee be considered a natural medicine for the liver? 4. Armored heart, the daily ritual that few cardiologists reveal. Coffee can be an important ally in cardiovascular health when consumed in the right dose. Studies show that drinking 3 to 5 cups a day can reduce your risk of developing heart disease by up to 15%. Caffeine can contribute to the dilation of blood vessels, improving blood flow. Moderate coffee consumption is also associated with a lower likelihood of death from cardiovascular disease. Coffee stimulates cardiac metabolism and improves endothelial function, the layer that lines blood vessels. Contrary to popular belief, recent studies have found no association between moderate coffee consumption and chronic hypertension. To ensure these benefits, it is important to avoid excessive consumption and monitor the individual response to caffeine. Why do some doctors still recommend avoiding coffee for heart disease patients when science shows otherwise? 5. The natural fuel that awakens your body better than any energy drink. Caffeine is a natural stimulant that acts on the central nervous system, increasing alertness and fighting fatigue. This makes coffee an indispensable companion for difficult mornings or tiring days. In addition, the energy provided by coffee can improve physical and mental performance. A single cup can boost your mental focus for up to 3 hours, outperforming many synthetic supplements. Caffeine blocks adenosine, the neurotransmitter responsible for feeling tired, allowing you to feel more awake. Studies show that coffee can reduce the perception of exertion, making exercise feel less exhausting. However, it is essential to avoid excessive consumption, as this can lead to irritability and dependence. Have you ever wondered why some people seem tireless while others are always exhausted? 6. The drink that beats diabetes. What your glucose doesn't want you to know. Type 2, diabetes, one of the fastest growing chronic diseases in the world, can be fought with the help of coffee. Studies show that daily consumption of this beverage can reduce the risk of developing the disease by up to 67%. The action of antioxidants present in coffee helps improve insulin sensitivity by regulating blood sugar levels. Additionally, caffeine has an additional protective effect against this condition. The bioactive compounds in coffee help preserve the function of pancreatic beta cells, which are responsible for producing insulin. Chlorogenic acid, abundant in coffee, has shown the ability to reduce glucose absorption in the gut after meals. To obtain these benefits, it is important to maintain consumption between 3 and 5 cups per day. How many people could avoid diabetes if they knew about this simple daily habit? 7. Digestive revelation. Your gut craves for this daily ingredient. Studies show that regular coffee consumption can stimulate bowel movement, aiding digestion and relieving constipation. Research indicates that coffee stimulates colon motility to an extent similar to that provided by a full meal. In addition, the antioxidants present in coffee help maintain the balance of the gut microbiota. The polyphenols in coffee work as prebiotics, feeding the beneficial bacteria that protect our digestive system. This interaction can strengthen the immune system and even improve mood, since much of the serotonin is produced in the intestine. However, it is important to avoid overdoing it, as too much coffee can cause discomfort such as diarrhea or gastric irritation in some people. Each body responds in a unique way, so it's important to observe how your body reacts to drinking. What if the secret to a healthy gut was hidden in your morning cup? 8. The fountain of youth that scientists have confirmed is in your kitchen. It sounds incredible, but research indicates that drinking coffee regularly is associated with a longer life expectancy. Long-term studies have shown that people who consume between 4 and 5 cups a day have a lower risk of death from all causes. A survey of more than 500,000 participants found a 12% reduction in mortality among coffee drinkers. Coffee is one of the highest sources of antioxidants in the Western diet, surpassing many fruits and vegetables in antioxidant power. Telomeres, structures that protect DNA and are related to longevity, appear to be better preserved in regular coffee drinkers. The key to enjoying this benefit lies in moderation and the quality of the drink consumed daily. By consciously incorporating coffee into your routine, you not only enjoy the taste and energy, but also invest in more years of quality life. How many years of life can you gain with this simple daily habit? Deadly pitfalls that are sabotaging the benefits of your coffee. 1. The morning time bomb that explodes on your empty stomach. Drinking coffee as soon as you wake up, before any meal, is a common habit, but it can cause discomfort for many people. Coffee stimulates the production of stomach acid, which can irritate the stomach lining, especially in sensitive individuals. This irritation can lead to symptoms such as burning, nausea, and even gastritis in the long term if the habit persists. Consuming coffee on an empty stomach can increase the risk of developing gastritis by up to 3 times in people prone to digestive problems. To avoid these problems, consume coffee accompanied by light foods, such as fruit or wholemeal toast. A short breakfast before morning coffee can make all the difference in your long-term digestive health. Some experts suggest waiting at least an hour after waking up to have your first cup of coffee. Have you ever wondered why you experience stomach discomfort after coffee? even though you don't normally have digestive problems? 2. The disguised poison you add to your coffee every day. Adding sugar to coffee is a common practice, but it can negate many of the benefits of this beverage. Excessive sugar consumption is directly linked to increased risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. A spoonful of sugar per cup, consumed 3 times a day, adds up to about 12 kilograms of sugar per year in your system. A large coffee with caramel sauce and whipped cream in chain coffee shops can contain up to 25 tablespoons of sugar. In addition to refined sugar, artificial sweeteners can also be problematic over time. If you can't drink black coffee, try healthier alternatives like honey, cinnamon, or natural sweeteners like stevia. These options not only preserve the benefits of the coffee, but also add a unique flavor kick to the drink. Have you ever stopped to calculate how much sugar you consume annually just through your coffee? 3. The cheap coffee fraud. How big brands are harming your health? The quality of the coffee beans you consume can directly influence the benefits it brings to your health. Many budget brand coffees contain low-quality beans or are processed with harmful chemicals such as pesticides. Additionally, some brands add inexpensive ingredients that can reduce the purity of the coffee and dilute its beneficial properties. Organic coffee contains up to 150% more antioxidants than conventional industrially processed coffees. To avoid these problems, always choose coffee from a reliable source, preferably organic and free of additives. Investing in quality not only improves the taste of the drink, but also ensures that you are consuming something truly beneficial. Look for whole and freshly ground beans, which preserve beneficial compounds better than pre-ground coffees. Have you ever wondered why some coffees cost 5 times as much as others? 4. Silent dehydration, the energy thief that comes with your cup. Coffee, although a liquid beverage, may have a mild diuretic effect in some people. This can lead to loss of fluids from the body, especially in new consumers who have not yet developed a tolerance to caffeine. Lack of adequate hydration can cause symptoms such as headache, tiredness, and difficulty concentrating. Dehydration of just 2% of your body weight can reduce your cognitive and physical performance by as much as 20%. To balance your coffee consumption and avoid these problems, drink water regularly throughout the day. A good practice is to alternate a cup of coffee with a glass of water, ensuring that your body stays hydrated. Signs such as dark urine, dry mouth, and less elastic skin may indicate that you need to increase your water intake. What if your chronic fatigue wasn't the result of stress or poor diet, but simply dehydration? 5. Caffeine overdose. How much is too much before your body collapses? Even with so many benefits, excessive coffee consumption can be dangerous for your body. Too much caffeine can lead to symptoms such as anxiety, insomnia, tremors, and even heart problems in extreme cases. Science establishes that doses above 400 milligrams of caffeine per day can cause adverse effects. It takes our body an average of 5 to 7 hours to eliminate half of the caffeine consumed, creating a cumulative effect. Experts recommend a maximum consumption of 2 to 4 cups per day, depending on body weight and individual tolerance. If you notice symptoms such as palpitations, anxiety, or difficulty sleeping, consider reducing your consumption immediately. People with pre-existing conditions such as hypertension, cardiac arrhythmias, or anxiety disorders should be particularly cautious. Do you know your personal caffeine threshold, or are you risking your health on a daily basis? 6. The dangerous interaction your doctor forgot to mention. Coffee can interact with various medications, reducing their effectiveness or potentiating unwanted side effects. These interactions are rarely mentioned in doctor's appointments, but they can have important consequences for your health. Pharmacological research has identified more than 300 drugs that can interact with caffeine. Caffeine can double the potency of certain stimulants prescribed for ADHD, dramatically increasing the risk of adverse effects. Oral contraceptives can extend the life of caffeine in the blood by intensifying its effects and increasing the risk of insomnia. Medications for hypertension can have their effectiveness reduced by coffee consumption, compromising blood pressure control. The ideal is always to consult a pharmacist about possible interactions and maintain an interval of at least 2 hours between taking medication and coffee. How many persistent health problems could be solved just by adjusting the coffee time in relation to medications? 7. The filtered truth. Why your brewing method may be clogging your arteries. When brewing coffee, the type of filter you use can significantly influence your cardiovascular health. Cafestol, a compound present in unfiltered coffee, can increase levels of LDL cholesterol, known as bad cholesterol. Studies show that regular consumption of unfiltered coffee can raise LDL cholesterol by up to 15% in just 4 weeks. Methods such as French press, Turkish coffee, and espresso retain far more cholesterol-raising compounds compared to filtered coffee. Using paper filters is a simple way to reduce the concentration of this substance while maintaining the beneficial compounds. In addition, the paper filter contributes to a cleaner drink with less waste, providing a healthier experience. Long-term research shows that regular consumers of filtered coffee have lower rates of cardiovascular problems. Have you ever wondered why some countries have more heart problems despite high coffee consumption? 8. The twilight mistake that's robbing you of hours of quality sleep. Coffee is a powerful stimulant, and its caffeine can linger in the body for hours after consumption. Drinking coffee in the afternoon or evening can interfere with the quality of sleep, making it difficult to get the necessary rest. Sleep medicine studies demonstrate that caffeine consumed up to 6 hours before bed can reduce total sleep time. Our circadian rhythm is extremely sensitive to caffeine, which can delay melatonin production by up to 4 hours. Sleep deprivation, in turn, is associated with a number of health problems, such as increased stress and hormonal imbalances. If you need an afternoon energy boost, try decaffeinated options or natural infusions. For most people, avoiding coffee after 2 in the afternoon is an effective rule of thumb for protecting sleep quality. Do you prefer the momentary pleasure of an afternoon coffee or the lasting benefit of a restful night's sleep? 9. The flavor killer that's hiding in your pantry. Improper storage of coffee can quickly destroy its beneficial compounds and compromise its flavor. Coffee beans contain more than 1,000 volatile aromatic compounds that begin to degrade immediately after roasting. Exposure to air, moisture, heat, and light dramatically accelerates this process, reducing both the taste and health benefits. Coffee is extremely hygroscopic, easily absorbing odors and moisture from the environment that permanently alter its properties. To preserve the benefits and flavor as much as possible, store your coffee in opaque, airtight containers and in a cool, dry place. Experts recommend buying whole grains in small quantities and grinding them only at the time of preparation. The roast date is more important than the expiration date. Coffee is best consumed between 3 and 14 days after roasting. Is your premium coffee turning a shadow of what it could be due to this simple mistake? 10. The warning signal your body emits and you stubbornly ignore. Not everyone metabolizes caffeine in the same way, and ignoring signs of sensitivity can have serious consequences. Genetic variations in the enzyme CYP1A2, responsible for processing caffeine, affect approximately 25% of the population. If you experience symptoms such as insomnia, irritability, headaches, or a rapid heartbeat after consuming coffee, your body is reacting to the excess. People who experience anxiety after coffee are more likely to have a genetic variant that also predisposes them to anxiety disorders. In this case, reducing the amount of coffee consumed or opting for decaffeinated versions may be the best alternative. Decaffeinated coffee still contains many of the antioxidants and beneficial compounds of regular coffee, without the problematic stimulant effects. Paying attention to your body's response is essential to balance the benefits of coffee with its potential adverse effects. What if your body was trying to tell you something important that you keep ignoring? Who should ever risk a drop of coffee? Are you on this list? While coffee is safe for most people, there are health conditions that require caution or exclusion from the diet. People with anxiety disorders, insomnia, or high sensitivity to caffeine may have their symptoms aggravated by coffee consumption. Patients with gastroesophageal reflux, gastritis, or ulcers should avoid coffee, as it can increase gastric acid production. A single cup of coffee can increase gastric acidity for up to 2 hours in individuals with pre-existing digestive problems. Additionally, pregnant or breastfeeding women should limit their caffeine intake to avoid negative impacts on the baby's development. Another group that should pay special attention includes people undergoing treatment for conditions such as hypertension or cardiac arrhythmias. Coffee can interfere with the absorption of nutrients and the effectiveness of some medications, complicating the control of these conditions. If you fall into one of these cases, consult a healthcare professional for specific guidance on coffee consumption. The secret code to maximize every sip of your coffee. The best way to get the most out of coffee is to consume it plain, without sugar or artificial additives. Choosing good quality beans, preferably organic, ensures that you get the benefits of the drink without the risks of chemicals. Another important tip is to adjust the amount according to your individual needs, respecting your body's signals. The timing of consumption is crucial. The first cup is most effective when taken between 9 and 10 in the morning, after the natural cortisol spike. If you want to mellow the flavor, opt to add low-fat milk or plant-based alternatives. The ideal temperature for maximum antioxidant extraction is 96 degrees Celsius, slightly below the boiling point. Finally, pay attention to consumption times. Drinking coffee in the morning or early afternoon is ideal to take advantage of its energizing effects. Have you ever imagined that something as simple as changing the time of your coffee could completely transform its effects? Coffee can be much more than a wake-up drink in the morning. When consumed in a conscious and balanced way, it becomes a true ally for health and well-being. Now that you know the benefits of coffee and the most common mistakes when consuming it, how about reviewing your habits? Small changes can have big impacts, ensuring that you get the most out of every cup. Remember that knowledge without action has little value. Start implementing what you've learned today and observe how your body responds positively to changes. Take care of your health with the same dedication with which you take care of other aspects of your life. Ensuring the most out of every cup of coffee and taking care of your health is the best way to live with energy and longevity.